In the year 2000, Blockbuster was a $6 billion global empire. Netflix was a small startup, struggling financially and near bankruptcy. That year, Netflix founder Reed Hastings flew to Dallas for a meeting with Blockbuster's CEO. His offer, Netflix would run Blockbuster's entire online business in exchange for a small investment. He offered to sell his company for $50 million. Blockbuster refused the offer, not taking it seriously. It was one of the most expensive refusals in corporate history. This is the story of how overconfidence and a dependence on a small fee led a giant to failure. To understand why Blockbuster failed, you have to understand its main source of additional revenue: late fees. In 2000, Blockbuster made over $800 million, 16% of its total revenue, just from customers who forgot to return their movies on time. Part of the business model depended on this inconvenience for its customers. Netflix, meanwhile, was built on the opposite idea. Their model was DVDs by mail with one simple rule: no late fees. Customers liked it. Blockbuster saw this and became alarmed. Blockbuster had a choice. They could copy the no late fees model and likely overcome Netflix, but they hesitated. Their investors and franchisees were accustomed to that $800 million in easy revenue. They saw Netflix growing, but believed their thousands of physical stores were a decisive advantage. Then the landscape changed. High-speed internet. Netflix no longer just mailed DVDs. They pivoted to streaming. Suddenly, Blockbuster's greatest advantage, its thousands of expensive stores, became its greatest liability. Blockbuster tried to compete. They launched Blockbuster Online to contend with Netflix, but it was too late and cost too much. They were billions of dollars in debt from maintaining their declining stores. In 2010, the same year Netflix launched on the Wii, iPhone, and iPad, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. The $6 billion empire that disregarded a $50 million offer had now lost almost all of its value. Blockbuster wasn't just defeated by Netflix, it was led to failure by its own complacency. It failed because its leaders were so focused on protecting their old business, the late fees, that they didn't notice the new trend: streaming and convenience. It's a fundamental business lesson: adapt or be left behind. That was the story of Blockbuster's decline, but it's not the only one. Hundreds of other companies have their own decisive moments and origin stories waiting to be told. Now, if you want to discover the stories behind the brands you know, subscribe to the channel for more business documentaries.